What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cook with Ron. Um, it seems like it's been a really long time since I've made a video, and it has been, so my apologies for that. But what better way to end the drought than to make another video on smash burgers? Um, a lot of folks have watched my previous video and made comments, and we've kind of taken a lot of those comments into consideration and improved our technique a little bit. So some of those techniques we'll go over in this video. One, I got a scale for the kitchen. This is highly recommended. This is by Saga, however you want to call it. I got this from Amazon. It was like 10 or 15 bucks. Highly recommended. It just makes for more consistent patties, consistent weights. These they're right around 4 to 4.4 ounces, something like that. And then I have one that I'm gonna make a double, and this is like 3.5 ounces. If you use two 4.5 ounce or 4.3 ounce patties, the sandwich gets a little bit unwieldy and a little hard to eat. It gets a little too high. I don't know if you see my previous video, but I don't make my smash burgers super thin. They're like right around ½ inch, 3/8 of an inch at worst. So if you're looking for paper thin smash burgers, this is not the video for you. I like it a little thicker. I feel like it helps it being a little more juicy. I have my spice mixture. This is salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Ratio is 2:1:1. I got my brioche buns. These are from Walmart. Very cost effective versus the stuff that you find in the supermarket, and I feel like it's a higher quality. This is from Market Side, so if you could find these at your local Walmart, I highly recommend these. One of the things we've changed over to is this unpackaged, I should say, or unindividually wrapped sliced cheese. This is like a deluxe brand. Kraft makes one. This is a great value. This is a Walmart brand. But switch over to the deluxe. It melts better, and it's much easier to handle when you're doing a lot of burgers. At the same time, you're not like fidgeting with the plastic wrap and unwrapping everything. And these things cook very fast, 2.5, 3 minutes max. So you don't have much time to fidget around with the cheese. So highly recommend it. Easy to work with and melts, in my opinion, melts better. They're slightly thicker too. So you'll see in the video. I switched over to a parchment paper versus the cardboard that I used in my previous video. This stuff peels off a lot easier. It doesn't stick to the meat, and it just makes for a better contact with the patty on the flat top of the grill. So griddle, I should say. So without further ado, we're gonna start cooking. But one thing I did want to point out is I made these meatballs just about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna let them rest for another half hour or so. Let these come to room temperature. I like to temper the patties before I cook them. It just makes for a better doneness in the patty. My family, we don't eat hamburgers that are pink on the inside, and some people prefer it, but we don't. But we also want to maintain the juiciness of the burger, so by bringing it up to temperature this way, it helps with the cooking process. So without further ado, we're going to take these outside and start cooking in a little bit. Also wanted to mention real quick, I have a burger sauce that I make ahead of time. The ingredients, we won't go over it right now, but I highly recommend making a sauce ahead of time. It's very easy to make. I'll make a separate video regarding this sauce and post it on the channel shortly, so stay tuned for that one. Another quick tip, make sure you prep everything ahead of time. We still have to cut our onions, but make sure you have your stuff prepared ahead of time. The burgers cook very fast. You want to get them on the bun, put all your condiments on very quickly, and have a nice juicy burger right off the bat, because without that preparation, the bread will get soggy, the vegetables get warm if you're sitting around for a long time. So make sure everything is ready, you put it together, and you can have a fresh burger once you're ready to eat. And my little Aiden is here. So you're supervising? Aiden? Are you supervising? Yeah. He's supervising the veggies right now, and Mommy's making I guess she's cutting some more veggies. Mommy, say hi.
Hello.
Okay, all right, hello. Okay, we'll be back in a little bit. Ryan, say hi. Say hi to everybody. This is this is my other supervisor. What are you supervising, Ryan? The yo-yos? Okay. All right, so you guys are gonna be the taste testers later, okay? You let me know how the burgers came out, okay? All right. Okay, I'm outside now, but I gotta bear with me for a second because it's kind of noisy back here. I got a highway in the back of my house, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So I'm gonna toast these buns first. I got my black top on high heat, and I'm not gonna show you this part. It's fairly straightforward. You're just basically gonna toast each side and just set them aside. But you can see my other video to see how I do that. It goes very fast. Once you put them on, just it's not up to temperature yet, but once you put them on, you toast them up, put them on the side, and then you'll be ready for your burgers. I did want to show you guys one difference. I didn't butter the buns this time. If you're strapped for time, you don't have time to butter the buns. You could also just toast them straight on the grill without the butter. I'll just show you that real quick. Kind of just want to show you guys how fast it is, because it does go very fast. See, it's already starting to get toasted. The middle, this part, like the middle of the grill is hotter than the edges, so you kind of have to kind of work with it and see that one that was going pretty quick, and see, like, you kind of want to move things around a little bit too, just to get an idea of what's the best way to toast them up. So I'm just going to move all these to the center. It looks like they're all pretty much at the same rate, but it hasn't even been barely 30 seconds on here, and they're pretty much almost toasted. So I'm just going to give it another maybe 30 seconds. They should be done, maybe even less. I could probably pull this guy off. Yep, that's good. See that? Very fast, very easy. I think the bottoms are pretty much done. The tops should be done fairly soon. Yeah, a little bit more. That one's done. That one's done. That one's done. And just keep checking, making sure that you're not burning them totally, and you should be good. I mean, if they get a little bit burnt, it's fine. It's still going to taste good. That one looks good. This one is not getting good contact on the flat top, so that's why the edges are crisping up, but the middle's not really. But good enough. And that's really it. So we're gonna start the patties now. Okay, guys, we're ready to rock. This is the start of the show right here. We got our patties ready. Well, sorry, our meatballs ready. Got our butter and our spice mixture, and of course our sharp Vomelan spatula. So the heat is on. It's right on low right now, but I'm going to pump it up to high so we get our sear going. And we're going to start making these smash burgers. See you in a bit. Oh, by the way, I can't stress enough. Make sure you have everything ready. Make sure, because this stuff goes very fast. It cooks very quickly. I'm actually going to move my buns over next to the Blackstone, so that way I could put the tops on as I'm cooking the burgers. Things will move very fast, and you guys will see why. I always say prepare when you're making smash burgers. Okay, I think it's the griddle is just about ready to go, searing hot. So let's get started. Put some butter down. I'm gonna do 6 and then 6 again, so that way it's not too terrible. I mean, I could probably do 12 and 12 all at the same time, but let's go with 6 for now. That's that sizzle. Okay. I don't have a burger press, so I'm gonna use a small pot that I have to press them down. Looks like we had a little issue with our battery on our camera, but anyway, we're gonna let these go. These two are hamburgers, and I'm gonna pull them off real quick, and then we'll do a second batch. Hopefully, the battery on my phone cooperates this time. So we'll pull these off in a little bit, and then hopefully the second batch I can get the full effect of the video. Okay, I gave the griddle a little bit of a scrape down. Just got off some of that residual off. So we're gonna do the second batch now. Hopefully my battery can hold up on my phone. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we got the double, and then we got the little guy. So we got quite a bit on this one. Let's see how we do. Okay, smash them down just like we did the last batch. You see how that parchment paper pulls off a little bit better? I had a little bit of an issue with that cardboard I was using before, but thankfully this pulls off nice and easy. So it's definitely recommended to use wax paper or parchment paper for this step. I've seen some folks, they take their spatula and oil it a little bit and kind of scrape it off a little bit as they're pushing down on it. That works too, but just for ease of use, I think the parchment works the best. That one didn't get quite much contact as the other ones did. It's a smaller patty. You got to be careful in pulling off the paper. See, that's better. And slowly pull it off. There you go. So you want to season each side. Okay, we're going to start flipping. So now we just kind of look by feel. I know this is the hottest part of the grill, so the water on the juice is starting to come up on this one. You see the bubbles start to pop? It's a good time to probably flip that guy. So I'm going to flip him now. See that? Decent. That's a decent crust. Oh, you see that? I forgot to season. Always got to season. I'll redo that one. Okay, now goes back on. There we go. I'm gonna put this guy. Oh, not yet. Put some holes in these guys. The holes act as an indicator. When you start seeing the juice come up through them, that's a good time to flip. So this guy is a little thicker, so it's going to take a little longer, but these guys are almost there. This guy's starting to get there. So I'm going to flip this guy right now. There you go. That's a nice crust. Hopefully it's a little dark now, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. Fortunately, I started cooking late today. It also gets night a little bit sooner than usual now, with the fall approaching. That's beautiful. Now it's coming out really nice. I mean, as some folks say, you shouldn't have the grill on too high. Oops, gotta put the cheese. I prefer it being on the high side. You get a good sear. Now, when you're cooking this many burgers, you can't really go from high to low when you flip them. So you got to keep it on high the whole time. This guy's ready. This guy too. This guy's gonna flip. This is the double, so we're gonna place that on top of each other. These two are pretty much done. We're gonna get that ready. Actually, I'm gonna let that go a little bit more. These guys take a little longer. This is the coldest part of the grill. You see that? This edge out here is the coldest part of my grill, so I'm gonna move these over to the middle. You see that? You didn't get much of a sear on those two. That's just how it is. I mean, the grill, I don't want to overcook it, so you gotta just live with it sometimes. You know, when you're doing especially this many burgers, sometimes you gotta make a little bit of a sacrifice when it comes to the crust. So it's all good. It'll still taste good. And pulling this guy off, gonna stack the double, pull him off. This guy I forgot about, so let's just flip him now. Huh, something weird just happened. I feel like I might have forgotten one. Let's just put this guy here. We've got an extra. Yeah, somehow we have an extra burger. So that's all good. I guess this will be for the dog, right? All right, so that's basically it, guys. It goes very fast. I'm gonna give this a quick scrape down while it's still hot, and then I'll have I think I do have a video already on cleaning it, but I'll make another one when maybe some other time. But yeah, I just give it a little scrape down just to get all the big pieces out of the way. Put the heat on low, and just get these big chunks out of the way. Sometimes it gets too big. Anyway, I'll take care of this stuff later. Let's go inside and see what the final product looks like. Okay guys, final product. See that? That is what we're talking about. See how juicy that is? Much better. So, I'm gonna take a quick bite out of this guy, see how it tastes. Perfectly cooked throughout. Enough salt, pepper, everything. Perfect. Oh, you see? The sear is pretty good too. Because we have so low lighting outside, hard to see the sear. But overall, they came out good. So now it's time to put all the condiments on and enjoy. Again, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, picked up some tips and stuff, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks again for joining us. That's our burger sauce that she's putting on. It's basically just mayo, ketchup, some dill, pickle chips that's like finely diced, and a little bit of Dijon mustard. I'll post the recipe for that in a separate video. That's it. Smash burger, super easy. Thanks guys.